Missions are all the same. This If you ever... Come and have a good look yourself. Traditional spices of the highest quality, made with pride and experience.
Believe me, I'm not making this up. Several Eremite mercenary groups are nearly in open conflict, but does the core of 30 care? And that's not all. Did you know that...
Wow! Talk about hurly-burly! This place is busy! Guess that's only to be expected for the
largest port in Sumeru. Maybe it's because of what... Ooh. Let's get our bearings. We know that whatever the Academia lost is related to... Osfun told us to try posing as Academia students while asking around. Paimon doesn't get it. Won't we look even more suspicious going around saying we're Academia students and asking about the stolen item? Well, given all the people that come through here every day, if there's any information to be found...
Welcome.
Hi there. We would like to ask you a question.
Of course. Especially around this time of year. Many people often talk about how hard it is to get accepted into the academia, let alone graduate. But those who finish their studies and go on to become full-time researchers at the academia, sure, we may not be Sumeru City, but Port Ormos offers beautiful scenery and a stress-free environment. So students and researchers come flocking here when things get to be too much at the academia. Those are students from the academia. They've been looking worried and miserable ever since if you ask me, the life of a merchant is better. So long as...
Those students seem to be
It's no good. I've tried asking around, but I haven't been able to learn anything useful. Not to mention that a bunch of scary-looking Eremite mercenaries have been posted along the streets now.
There's been a lot of fighting between the different Eremite factions in Port Ormos. If we choose to move on our own, then it would be wise to steer clear of them. Especially the group that's constantly shouting some stuff about King Deshret and some resurrection. I've even heard that the Citadel of Regzar is starting to get fed up with them. What was that group called again? Ein something or other?
They're called Ein el Akhmar. Today, I heard that the thing we're after might be in their possession at the moment.
Wait, come again?
Don't you see? Many of the Eremites in Port Ormos deal with trading this kind of thing. They're usually pretty wary of outsiders, but not so with students of the academia. It's because the kind of goods that students are looking for aren't the kind of goods that Eremites are after. As long as they know you're a student, then deals can be made. I've heard that Ein el-Hakmar likes to set up shop at the Jafar Tavern. Supposedly, if you're willing to part with 500,000 mora, they'll give you info on anything.
Wait, did you say 500,000? If information alone costs that much, then how could we ever afford to buy what we're looking for? I guess we might as well give up on trying to graduate this way.
I wouldn't worry too much. Our field of research is very niche. Who else could possibly be after that kind of shady knowledge? I bet it's practically worthless to anyone aside from us.
Well, I guess that makes sense. Then the only thing left for us now is to find a way in. Why don't we all just pool our money together and pay for the information?
Whoa! Did you hear that? A niche field of research and shady knowledge? It all sounds pretty suspicious to Paimon. Is knowledge something people just buy and sell like that? So, what's our plan? Wait, didn't you hear what they just said? Buying information is going to cost us 500,000 mora! Have you lost your mind? Oh, all right. Paimon never thought she'd agree to parting with that kind of mora. This is the place we heard those students talking about. Let's find a seat somewhere and...
Oh, you've arrived. Please, take a seat.
So, they think that they can go toe-to-toe with the boss? Huh!
They're nothing to be afraid of. Our main rival now is the Caracal.
How can the Caracal Battalion compete with the boss when they're nothing but a bunch of money
Yeah, with boss's fervent devotion, he'll be...
Huh. All these guys talk about is King Deshret, so they're probably...
Greater Lord Ruka Devata. That traitor and her followers must not be spared. The day will come when King Deshret exacts vengeance on Sumeru, and all of them shall be punished.
Yeah, Paimon was wondering what they meant too.
Should I adjust the shipping schedule?
Huh? Who are you? What do you want? A traveler?
Now's probably not the time to talk about that. Didn't the students say Eremites are wary of outsiders?
A student?
Sorry, he must have grabbed the wrong amount. Hey, what do you think you're doing? Oh, Paimon can't stand to see so much more.
Here, this is the merchant's address. Whatever you're looking for, you'll find it there. Hmm? Well, what are you waiting for?
Oh, that's right! We heard you mention King Deshret just now. We're actually interested to know more.
Fine. Since you've already handed over the Mora, as you can see, members of... It was an advanced civilization, far beyond anything you'll see in present-day Sumeru. King Deshret was the rightful god of wisdom, but he was betrayed by a companion he trusted. She even stripped him of his title, God of Wisdom.
So, you mean the traitor was...
Greater Lord Ruka Devata, yes. That shameless wretch destroyed King Deshret's civilization, and our ancestors were forced to flee to this land where we were made to suffer the tyranny of our enemies. Furthermore, she conspired with the academia to cover up the truth of her actions, and create the merciful and benevolent facade for which she is now known. Ugh, just thinking about it sickens me. But the story doesn't end there, oh no. King Deshret isn't truly dead. The voice of the Oracle has been heard in the desert. Mark my words, our god shall return. And when that day comes, all followers of the traitor and all the desert dwellers who have forgotten their true god will suffer retribution. If what I'm saying makes you shiver with fear, it might not be too late for you to become a believer of King Deshret. I don't have anything to say to you academia people about that. I think this conversation has reached its end.
Not just yet. This man is a fraud.
Huh?
You again? Deranged academia lunatic.
Yes, it's me again. I already warned you that if you weren't willing to sit and discuss things with me, I'd take measures. Listen to me. That address he gave you is fake. Or at least, you won't find a merchant waiting for you there. This group has been boasting all around that they can provide information on a certain item as a means of luring people into their territory. Once you show up, they keep up the act until they have hard evidence that you want to purchase said item. Then they use that to squeeze you for all the more—
Hey! Shut it, Al-Haytham! What are you playing at, trying to ruin our—
I told you the other day. I wish to
Ha! The boss made it perfectly clear that he won't negotiate with you.
Yes, and in no uncertain terms. But that was then. It does not preclude him from changing his mind in the future.
I'm warning you, don't push us, or this could get ugly. We don't usually get rough with people from the academia because it just complicates things. For a lunatic like you, though, we might just have to make an exception.
If you're suggesting that we escalate this from a verbal exchange to a physical one, I accept. After all, even the Archons used war to negotiate the ownership of Tevat. If, on the other hand, we can't agree on any means of negotiation at all, then I'm afraid my next course of action will sting a little more than the mere falling through of a few business deals. I will jeopardize the Eremites' reputation, which I know you value above all else. I am quite confident that if I began to take such action, your boss would willingly approach me himself. However, I fear that by then, some things will have happened that cannot be undone. Also, a word of advice. I suggest you tell your boss exactly what happened here today. Otherwise, he might blame you for not telling him in the future.
What did you say?
Consider this. Have I ever failed to follow through on my word in the past?
This guy is really out of his mind.
Okay then. If you really have a death wish, let's meet a week from today. The pier in front of the Pharos Lighthouse, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, sharp. Don't expect us to hold back.
Not so fast. First, you return the 500,000 mora to them.
Please, I beg you, don't provoke them. We can't afford any trouble with this crowd. They haven't even paid for their food yet.
Ah, Mr. Iman. There appears to be fewer staff in the restaurant recently. This wouldn't happen to be because they're all busy spreading the word to the students, would it?
Well...
Someone who chooses to do business with a group like that really can't afford to get so flustered the instant someone confronts them about it. Consider the meal compensation for our silence. I'd say you're getting an excellent deal.
Whoa, did you see that? He not only got us our Mora back, but sent the Emirites running Plus, he seems to know a lot about what's going on around. He went that way! After him!
How can there be Kairaga?
There's nothing else to do.
Wait up! It's Al-Haytham, right?
What do you want? No need for thanks. My goal was to get to them, and you two gave me... Oh, I advise you to keep your distance from them, since they weren't able to make off with your Mora in the... All right. Goodbye.
Hold your horses! We still have... Since you tore through their scam right in...
Who exactly are you two? And why... A student. Right. Look, you should know that those thugs conducting business with you had nothing to do with...
Huh? Oh, yeah! He's really strong!
He doesn't even have a vision.
Maybe not, but he can still use elemental energy. Otherwise, there's no way we'd go asking for info from Those high-headed thugs are definitely gonna bring a lot of backup for your next meeting.
All right. I accept. Got a pen and paper? We'll reconvene at the appointed time by the pier. It doesn't matter if you show up or not.
So, since you were happy to give us this merchant's...
You were willing to part with 500,000 mora for something and you didn't even... Okay. Well, if you truly are Look, if you've been making inquiries, then you have to know something by now. Tell me...
We know it's connected to the academia somehow, and that not only do the Eremites deal in it, but some students want to get a hold of it too. What else?
You know almost everything there is to know, but you're unable to compile this information because you've never seen the object. This is what you've been looking for.
Huh? Paimon can't tell...
This is a knowledge capsule. To put it simply, it's anyone who links it to their personal Akasha terminal instantly becomes privy to its contents. Correct. Anyone. Unlike the Akasha, which heavily regulates who can access what information, knowledge capsules confer their contents without any requisites.
That's amazing!
It's essentially a convenient and harmless vestibule for knowledge. Unfortunately, it's illegal in Sumeru to privately possess or trade them. They were created as a means for scholars to transfer knowledge gained from Irminsul into the Akasha, and are intended to be destroyed immediately after use. But despite strict regulations, some of these knowledge capsules will always escape destruction. After all, There will always be those in this world who are dissatisfied with life as designed for them by the Akasha and wish to change their fate. Over the past century, a wide variety of canned knowledge has been leaked from the academia. Meanwhile, those which the Eremites deem to be useless to them occasionally prove useful to the Well, I think that about sums it up. Oh, so that's your With our current arrangement, I don't believe I can offer an answer. You're still resolved. Let's continue our conversation here. If you wish to learn more about the knowledge capsule that the Academia lost, then you must help. I need you to find someone named Dory. Unlike the peddlers who hawk inferior knowledge capsules, she often has quality goods in stock. Some say that as long as there is profit to be made, she's guarded against people from the Academia because most of her wares don't comply with Academia regulations. I think she blacklisted me. I met with her informant, but it soon became clear that they had no intention of become one of Dory's customers and earn her trust.
Why do you want us to?
Until you complete this task, you don't.
Fine.
You two are outlanders who haven't been here for long, so Dory should view you as safe clients. I'll give you. Beyond the password, though, I have no way of knowing what other tricks she might have up her sleeve. You'll have to improvise.
This is kind of nerve-wracking.
The true challenge begins after you meet her. She has a keen nose for Mora and a shrewd eye for wares, and I'll prepare some funds for you. Buy her highest quality wares and earn her approval.
But we only just saw a knowledge capsule for the first time. We don't know how to tell which ones are good and which ones...
That's true. Have you two heard of elemental sight? Oh, that's a surprise. Guess I'll have to hold... Here are 2 knowledge capsules. Tell me, can you detect any difference in their quality?
They look...
Try inspecting them with elemental...
How'd it go? Did you see anything?
Rumor has it that higher quality knowledge capsules generally appear... That's because knowledge originates from Irminsul, the root of Dendro power itself. However, some canned knowledge with a high concentration of elemental energy is of little use in contemporary times, so those capsules are of little value. Using elemental sight is merely a stopgap measure, but it should suffice.
That sounds pretty impressive.
Here's a sheet with the informant's location and contact password, and here is the mora for purchasing canned knowledge. Don't be cheap. You'll need to spend to catch Dory's eye. Oh, and be sure to exercise some caution. There have been Matra present in Port Ormos lately.
Matra?
They belong to the Academia's regulatory body. They also handle cases of illegal canned knowledge transactions. Like I said, the Matra are razor sharp. You're in for nothing good if they lock their sights onto you. If you two want to Okay, then we have a deal. If you succeed in your dealings with Dory...
Looking at what Al-Haytham wrote, Dory's informant is a traitor near Old Ormos. Let's follow these instructions and try to get in contact with him.
Hello. What are you two looking to buy? What a unique palette. We have unripe...
Following the paper got us past the first round.
Roanoke, these two want to buy unripe horror fruits.
Got it. You too. Please follow me. You two have a fascinating fashion sense. We haven't seen a customer wearing a Sumeru rose for quite some time.
Hold on. Let me think. Sumeru rose means common merch. No, Look again! We're obviously wearing morning flowers.
Ah, my mistake. I do apologize.
Whew. That pop quiz sure was scary.
The warehouse is up ahead. Please follow me. Before I retrieve your products, I need to confirm a few. Please forgive me, but we may not have sufficient stock for you today. Earlier, many of our hara fruits were taken by mice. Thanks. If better goods come in, you'll be the first to know. You look like you have some skill. Why don't I pick out some fruits that'll make you dizzy?
Yep, that's the right answer. But eating hara fruit that makes your head and ears ring?
Would you like your hara fruits to be packaged in the Sumeru City or Port Ormos style? Wow, you two sure are generous customers. We'll be sure to package your products beautifully. Okay, everything has been confirmed. Miss Dory is waiting for you up at... Shoot, it's the Matra! Run!
What? The Matra? Where? Oh, Hatham said we're done for if they catch us. We gotta get out of here. We don't know this area, so let's follow that informant.
Oh, I think a creepy crawly got into the cooking pot.
He ran that way! Look, he's over there!
If you're hiding from the Rishbalan tiger, come this way!
Another password! Huh? Oh, that voice kept...
Here, over here. You can stop running now.
So you were the one who was calling out to us just now. But, are we definitely gonna be safe here?
These two good customers wish to buy some hara fruit, Miss Dory. And if there's nothing else, I'll...
Oh, very good. Thank you.
Huh? Wait, you're Dory?
Hey, what are you trying to say, Princess Pea-Brain? I can be scary enough when I need to be, believe you me. If you don't watch what you... But it seems you two have actually done pretty well so far. Not only did you manage to find the informant, your reactions were also pretty sharp. You don't really look like criminals or anything, but I bet my Mora that you've been involved in some shady dealings, haven't you?
Paimon's not sure if that's supposed to be a compliment.
I can't risk doing business with people who start huffing and puffing after just a few paces, no matter how much Mora they might have. Not only will they get caught by the Matra, but they'll also get us into trouble. As decent folks trying to run an honest business, we don't need any of that. Wouldn't you agree? So that's why I prefer to have It's your first time here, but don't worry, I won't ask too many questions. Even if you wish to buy enough, as long as you have lots of round, shiny Mora, then we're all good. Ah, yes, of course.
Wow, she has a trove of canned knowledge. Whew. She'd probably be in serious trouble if the Matra caught her.
What kind of products do you seek, my dear customers? Don't worry, I'm not interested in your reasons for... Take this one, for example. An analysis of the sociological ideology and dialectics of the Hilichurls.
Yeesh. Who would want to be an expert in...
Or, how about the architectural... With this one, you can become an expert in historic architecture preservation and find an excellent, well-paying job in nearly...
Ooh, now this sounds like...
2 million mora.
Whoa!
Of course, you are free to pick whatever your heart's desire. The contents and price of each novel...
Alright, let's try the method that Al-Haytham mentioned.
You've really got a good...
We'll take these, please and thank you.
My, oh my. You are blessed with a taste for both the exquisite and the extravagant. Customers like you are a rare breed. One in a... Listen, I have a special offer for you two. If you spend just 100,000 more and more...
Say what now? Hey, did you hear that? Spend another 100K and we get a capsule worth a whole million! But all the canned knowledge we just bought is easily worth 500,000 mora. If we think about it, we've gone to all this trouble to get this canned... Aren't you even the least bit curious about how this whole canned knowledge thing works? We're talking instant knowledge here. Don't you want to try it yourself? Come on, come on. We still have around 100,000 of Al-Haytham's mora left. So let's put it to good use by finding something useful for you.
Excellent. Then please...
Hold on a second. Paimon thought we could choose whatever we want.
Oh, but my dear customer, the knowledge capsules over here are worth 1 million mora each. I'm sure discerning customers like yourselves will be able to find something to your liking.
Uh-oh, Paimon has a bad feeling about this. Let's use Elemental Sight again to check these. So, what did you see? So, they're all worth about the same amount? Well, anyway, the mora's already been spent, so let's at least try to find something useful. Let Paimon take a look here. An introduction to traditional Sumeru brewing techniques, the art of growing spices, an overview. Not sure we'd ever find volumes 1 through 7, but at least this knowledge should be useful, right? Dory, we'll take this one.
All right, very good. I'm expecting some new goods in the next couple days, so be sure to check back.
Our dealings with Dory went smoothly enough. Let's head to Wakala Funduk and meet up with Al-Haytham. Hopefully now he'll finally tell us about what the Academia lost.
Curiosity deserves a reward. Oh, please.
Add Ash.
you for Add
If you're not sure what to do next, how about I take you on a walk?
You two made it.
Whoa, there's so many people from the academia here. Why would you pick this place as our meetup spot?
Well, Wikela Funduk is under the academia's control, so naturally the academia has people working here.
You're pretty deep.
Relax. No one here is interested in anything we say, and
Okay, we did what you asked. So, can you tell us about the
Before that, I have to ask, why are you two so intent on tracking it down? You don't have to answer, of course.
Yeah, he just wants to meet. When we heard that the academia had lost something that might be related.
In that case, you're on the right track. A short while ago, the academia lost a knowledge capsule in the desert. It's supposedly a divine.
Wow, there's really such a thing as that? Hey, if we find it, do you think?
I highly doubt it has any mystical properties, but it does indeed exist.
So, where exactly?
That's what we need to find out next. I won't deny that. I am investigating because I'm curious as to... As you know, the Eremites in Port Ormos also have their eyes on it. It is an extremely precious item. The knowledge contained within may bring great power or wealth to whoever. Several brigades have been vying for ownership of it as of late, but there is still no... My personal finances and connections cannot compete with those of the Eremites. After attempting various methods, I finally managed to reach it. I agreed to forego ownership of the divine knowledge capsule in exchange for the opportunity to study it. However, there are those who are less amenable to negotiation, such as those from Ain al-Ahmar.
They adamantly believe that the divine knowledge capsule contains King Deshret's power, and that he will return to this world when they obtain it. They refuse to let anyone from the academia tarnish their deity's soul.
So you kept hounding them because they refused to cooperate with you?
Yes. Ain al-Ahmar isn't exactly wealthy, but its members are determined to get that capsule by any means necessary. So, I've been sabotaging their business to force them in. The divine knowledge capsule should be up for a secret auction within the next few days. Each brigade will place their own bid, and the prize will be covertly given to the winner. To ensure the capsule's security and to evade the mantra's notice, the winning brigade will not publicly disclose their victory. Unless I know whose hands the divine knowledge capsule ends up in, my agreements with them will fall through. Dory is the most reliable source of information, but that avenue was previously closed to me. With you on board now, the situation is different.
In other words, you wanted us to befriend Dory so you could find out where the divine knowledge capsule is.
Yes, you can say that. But the day after tomorrow, go back to Dory and try to purchase information on the divine. If I get the opportunity to study the divine knowledge capsule, I will relay my findings to you. Will that suffice as compensation? Okay, then.
Alhaitham, before you go,
You two want to try using an. Doing so right under the Academia's nose is a bit problematic, though. Alright, this
Here!
Sword Fighting Techniques 8. A combat class knowledge capsule. This class is something of a rare find these days, since.
Really? Ah, yeah, what a great buy!
If you want to determine the efficacy of this capsule, I can evaluate your combat ability. We can conduct a controlled experiment where you fight 2 battles. While you fight, we can use an Akasha terminal to monitor your various. There may be variances in your physical strength between the 2 tests, as well as a disparity in your opponent's abilities. But don't worry, I'll run statistical analyses afterward to make.
Wow! Alhaitham! You must have been Paimon's curious about something, though. You definitely weren't one of those students who needed canned knowledge to graduate from the academy.
When you are unable to understand a researcher's actions, most cases can be attributed to.
Sounds like you're trying to avoid the question.
All right, let's begin the test. Just fight as you normally do.
Hey! Yoo-hoo! With all my strength. Yeah.
One with the forest. Yeah.
All right. The next step is to hold it in your hand.
Hey, how are you feeling? You mean that it...
All right. Time for round 2.
Everyone hold hands. Strike a pop. Here.
Now, I'll.
Alhaitham.
Well, the knowledge capsule you purchased did improve his combat capability.
Wait, how much? Dory's such a jerk! She totally...
Of course, this could be because he is so powerful that the capsule's contents were unable. At the very least, this test allowed me to gain more insight into you two. I'm heading back to Ikela Funduk. I await your response in 2 days' time. This is Mora for when you...
Keep up.
Let's see Dory today and ask her about where the Divine Knowledge Capsule is.
Welcome back, you name it. Can knowledge, supplies, or anything else.
Can you really get us a...
Uh-huh. So it appears that canned knowledge alone is no longer sufficient for your opulent appetite. Then please oblige me. Oh! I knew customers with pockets as deep as... But you know, that kind of information... After all, I had to work really hard to weasel my way into the auction site. Not to mention that if anyone found out that I was the leaker, I would be in...
But how can we be sure your information is accurate? Paimon's curious how you just happened to...
Because to me, anything of value is what I consider to be my supply. Therefore, I must ask for the information's authenticity. Well, you've no need to worry about that. I used a camera to take a picture of the transaction. That way, it's always a pleasure doing business with such sterling patrons. Now that you've paid in full, here's the scoop. The Divine Knowledge Capsule was purchased yesterday by a certain Misery, the leader of Ain El
Ahmar?
Ah, so you're already... The group has done everything in their power to obtain the Divine Knowledge Capsule. That Divine Knowledge Capsule is unlike any... The capsule is clearly visible in the picture I took.
Thanks for the info, Dory.
Please, it's my pleasure. It's all thanks to discerning customers such as yourselves that my efforts yesterday were not in vain. Please, don't hesitate to contact me if you...
Well, we figured out where the Divine Knowledge Capsule is. Turns out, let's head back and talk to Alhaitham. We got the info you wanted!
Really? Alright. Let's hear it.
Dory even gave us evidence to...
Huh, look at that. Clear as day. It must have taken some guts just to infiltrate the scene of the Eremites. All right. The person in this picture is indeed Misery, the leader of Ain al-Ahmar, and the glowing red cap. In which case, if we play our cards right, when we confront—
At first, Paimon didn't get why you were provoking these Ain al-Ahmar guys. But now, it sort of makes sense. After we defeat them, we can finally have a serious talk with their boss and get them to—
Thank you for your time and efforts. Take a few days off while I make some preparations. Let's meet up again on the afternoon. See you then.
Oh, Hatham sure is taking his time. Where could he be? Oh, there he is.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Let's head to the pier in front of Pharos Lighthouse.
Yep, let's go.
I thought Sumeru would be different, but nope, everywhere's the same.
Don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's all part of the learning process.
I didn't do anything. So why am I constantly...
I thought Sumeru would be different, but nope, everywhere's the same.
Hatham. I knew you were crazy, but I didn't know you were crazy enough to actually show up.
It was I who demanded that these negotiations take place. I was more worried that you might go back on your promise. But to your credit, it appears that you're sticking to your word. This is turning into quite an occasion. I also brought some backup.
Backup? Aren't you the brat from the restaurant the other day? You've come to support this lunatic because he helped you out? Fine. Your funeral. I'm not going to mince my words. Once we're done with you, you'll be nothing more than fish food. Get 'em, boys!
Uh-oh, here they come!
That's close enough!
I see everything!
I'll be back. Come on!
Strike a pose! Positions! Hey!
Can't see?
You want this one? I'll take my lead.
Academia scum! Boss! Finally! Did you use it? Great! Now we can... Boss? Boss! What's wrong?
What happened to him?
We have to cut his Akasha connection, now.
Target acquired. Arrest him.
Do not impede our work. Is that understood, Al-Haytham?
Of course. I was only trying to help.
Take him away.
World, forget me.
What in Tibet just happened? It's like that big guy suddenly lost his mind.
It looks like he used the Divine Knowledge Capsule.
You mean the Divine Knowledge Capsule did that to him? Oh, yeah. You mean how some researchers go insane?
I've heard of numerous incidents of researchers in Satyavada life going insane. The state that man is now in suggests that this is a similar situation. This Divine Knowledge Capsule does appear to be linked to the gods, but beyond that, it doesn't seem anything like the rumors suggest. Possessing it doesn't grant you divine wisdom or power. Did you hear what he said? World, forget me. What could that possibly mean?
If the mantra took him away, then that means the Academia got the Divine Knowledge Capsule back too. What a shame. We were so close. Still, Paimon didn't expect the Divine Knowledge Capsule would be so dangerous. Imagine if we tried to open it. Oh, who knows what would have happened to us?
As things stand, there is no reason for me to remain in Port Ormos. I believe our...
Oh, we were so busy trying to find the Divine Knowledge Capsule that Paimon forgot to ask you something. Since you're a member of the Academia, do you have any idea how we could go about meeting Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Truthfully, I don't. Lesser Lord Kusanali appears to exist outside of Sumeru's entire administration. Most of the time, you wouldn't know she exists at all. Moreover, since the Academia possesses the Akasha, a symbol of our deity's wisdom, scholars have...
Everything about Lesser...
I'm heading back to the Academia.
It's almost the day of the Sub-Zeros Festival. Maybe we should head back too. We've been rushed off our feet over the past few days, so maybe a little rest and relaxation will do us good. We'll part ways here, Alhaitham. Until we meet again.
Now, do I deal with this thing first? Or should I produce the report that the higher-up...